Welcome back, team. You're gaming with the Colonel, and this is Strategic Command WW2 World at War. As you can see by the bright green here, the game with Duedman has ended. The last turn was the last turn. Let's see the board state and find out what he had been doing and how bad it really was. I think Germany surrendered 2 or 3 turns ago. Japan has held out for the last 2 turns, but this will be it right here. It got ugly really fast with the mistakes I made. And we'll talk about the things that I learned here in a second. Excuse me. Really didn't need to take that. All he's got to do is take Tokyo. And one more. Ooh, not that one. Not that one. Guys under the headquarters, though. That did it. He's destroying stuff just to destroy stuff. Wow, look at all the carriers he had around there. And they were used, well used, too. I mean, he's got 3, 7, 4, 6 planes left. Not one, well, there was one over here that was being repaired. Really wants to kill that last headquarters. So he was a 2-3-3 at the end of the game. I'm curious to see where his heavy bombers were. They were a 3 as well. No, he was a 4. There's a 4 there. See that? 4-4. Finally got that headquarters. He really just wants to get his last jab in there. Was that really necessary? I mean, really? I mean, that was all it just for fun at the end there, after he took Tokyo. Captured, captured, captured. Azores and the Island Treaty. I didn't know that. Entscheidender Sieg für die Alliierten. That means decisive victory for the Allies. Wow, look at that. 3,000 for the... I don't know how he played the Chinese, man. That just kicked my butt. Look at all that money. Couldn't spend it fast enough. Allied decisive victory. Very nice. Okay, let's take a look at the board state here. And this was pretty ugly. He had a line of destroyers here to cover that. It's well done. Not quite sure what this was about. At least the Allies got Berlin and not the Russians. A lot of Russians. They're still building forts. All right, let's take a look at some of the more interesting things. Okay, so he was maxed there, of course, in all of these. He's working on Amphib. He was maxed on spying and intelligence, and I'm going to guess that's true of all of them. No spying and intelligence for the Americans. Interesting. But industry and production. Heavy bomber was a 4. Advanced tanks was only at 2. Soviets, 0 for spying and intelligence. Heavy on industry though, and tank. So the only one that had spying and intelligence was the Brit. Huh. I'll have to remember that. How he does that. So because if you have this, for each level, it increases yours by 1 and decreases the opponent's by 1. I was at 1, so I was -2 each turn. So instead of 2 to 7, I was 0 to 6, or 0 to 5. Yeah, I just never got off the ground quick enough. See, what else did he prioritize? Didn't prioritize anti-air. I'm guessing he did here. He did. To 2. Heavy bombers was prioritized. Long range was prioritized. Long range was also prioritized for the Brits, interestingly enough, and of course the fighters. Yeah, this was, must have taken the shit out of that. Cover down on this. That makes sense. I tend to go for anti-tank because you get a bunch of them anyway, and they're good against the Germans. Maybe that's a mistake. At 84.50, well, the Navy was huge. Only 19 for the U.S. That doesn't make any sense. 39 for them. Losses. 110 land units. Wow, they both lost more than they delivered. Only 39 Russian losses. Okay, well, this game has taught me a lot. So one of the things it taught me was don't have units on the coast because the British Navy will wreck you. Lost a couple of my armored units there against France. It took forever for me to take it. So he won't be doing that in the future, which means these hexes really aren't that useful for attacking, which means you kind of got to go through Metz, right? Metz, maybe Strasbourg. And, of course, Sedan. So that'll be my path in the future. Netherlands isn't that important. He never took the Netherlands. Or did he? Maybe he did. Yeah, he probably liberated it. I don't remember if I attacked that or not. Second mistake I made, that was huge over there in France. It took me forever to take France. Was then attacking Turkey because these guys jumped up 30%. And even though they were only at 88, they then entered the war. So that was my downfall right there for sure. And which is why, you know, I was 2 years behind all the way. And I never got off the ground over here either, just because everything was going to crap. I got pummeled here with the Chinese. I'm going to have to go back and watch how he did that because, my God, I got hammered. Normally the Japanese do much better than they did. I did manage to hold the Philippines until the end of the game. Of course, you know, once they surrender, everything goes away, but that was good. So what am I going to do different in the future? Apparently you only need one country to max out in spying and intelligence. Did not know that. I'll certainly work on that. The other thing he taught me was always bring Artie to the party. He actually said that. Artie to the party. So he's got, oh, he doesn't have it here. He's just got it for the UK. and he's got it for the Soviets. And he's got it for the Chinese. And he's got it for the Indian. Okay, so arty to the party. Don't hang out on the coast when the Navy is big. And yeah, so that was an interesting, fun game, although brutal. So you've been gaming with Colonel. Please like, subscribe, come back early, come back often. Did he ever move these guys? He didn't. I kind of do the same thing. I kind of leave those there. And I hope to see you in the next game, which will be coming up, which is actually ongoing now by this point. This is going to air sometime the second week of December or first week of December. And then after that, probably on 1 December, I'm going to start with Kübelwagen, the TRP mod. So hope to see you back then. For now, I'm out.